Try not to trip up on this red carpet. So we're here with the lovely Natasha Jonas after she's just been hijacked. In demand, world champion. Welcome back. How are you?
Yeah, feel good, in a good place, happy, smiling. I don't think that's anything new.
And looking like, have you shredded a bit?
No, do I look it?
Yeah, you look like you've you look like you've been hitting the weights. You're looking very toned.
Yeah, I say, like, it's not just a case of eating more and training less. I have to prepare my body to be able to hold the extra weight that I'm carrying around, and that, you know, there's a lot of science that goes behind that. So yeah, I'm training. I'm glad you noticed. I'm glad you noticed.
Being in the gym, it's one of the things I think us girls always notice. You can tell when somebody works out, so it's nice to see. But I didn't get to catch up with you after your last win as well, so this is kind of like a catch-up from that fight as well. So talk us through that one. Obviously now you're a world champion, you keep on challenging yourself. Talk to us about your last fight. I'm not going to try and pronounce the fighter's name because I've forgotten.
I think it's Bagelt, but that's my Scouse version of it. Yeah, I knew she was going to be tough. She's unbeaten, good amateur experience, tall, rangy, which, you know, is not much different to what I've got now. But yeah, I just knew, and I just thought that I was better. And I knew if I just transferred half the stuff of what I do in sparring and in the gym, that I'd have a good night. And, you know, the rounds were competitive, but I won clearly. I won, I think, 10-0 on 2 judges' scorecards, which I thought was a little bit, you know, unfair, but, you know, I'll take it. And yeah, I was happy with me. There were still some things that I'd done in training that I didn't do, but I think people were saying, you know, that was one of your best performances. I think I showed like body variation, punches and bunches, and that's something we had been working on. But then there was other stuff that I didn't show that I was a little bit disappointed because we'd specifically focused on it in camp, and you're your own biggest critic. You never want to say, oh, that was brilliant and that was did well, but you know, there's still things that I'm learning on. And this camp, I've had so much fun this camp. One, because even as an amateur, you know you're going to get maybe a southpaw, but you never actually specifically train for a southpaw because most people are orthodox. So just learning something new and going through a whole camp just dedicated to a southpaw, it kept it interesting for me because I was thinking, right, now that's not working, so I'm going to have to do this. And I've been watching so many southpaws and southpaw versus southpaw to see what worked. And then, you know, and obviously I've been watching my opponent. So, you know, it has been an interesting camp. And I think following on from the Bagel one, I think the whole pressure and stress of Namas was gone. And people see me flow a little bit better in Bagels, and that's why they were saying it was probably one of your better performances. And I think for this fight, I feel the same. I feel like I've enjoyed it. I feel like the pressure's off, and I know I'm in a tough fight, but I'm going to go out there and express myself.
Yeah, you're somebody that tough fights is not something that seems to faze you. You go in there and deal with it how you see fit, which is good, like you said. But you know, when you said you were working on certain things and you was kind of like disappointed you didn't get to execute them, from a fan's point of view, we don't really see what you're doing in the gym with the training. What is it like when you get in the ring and you know you've practiced certain drills or certain things you want to do, but you're in that moment and you don't do what you've been practicing to do? What is that like?
It's at the time, you're thinking, right, in a minute, right, I'll do it next time, I'll do it next time, I'll do it next time, and the next time never comes, and then you get frustrated, and then Joe, I think I made no thing of saying no. Joe was shouting no in the corner because he was seeing what I was trying or thinking about doing, and it wasn't the right place or time. So we were saying no, don't do it now, because he knew what I was hoping to do or trying to get off. So. Yeah, it's one of them things, like in boxing everything's just split seconds. You're talking, you know, microseconds to be able to see something and react and see something go to your memory bank and get it out. So hopefully I'll do that a bit better. You know, there's, like I say, there's drills specifically we've been working on to just and following on from the bagels as well. That there's things I want to add to my game to put in practice in the fight.
But then it shows that you are dynamic, because it shows that maybe those things that you did practice might not have worked that well at that time, so you was able to be dynamic and box to the best of your ability to be able to beat her anyway. It's like a catch-22, because I couldn't see. You box really well, so I don't know what you were working on, but what would it have been that maybe would have been better?
Just a few shots and a bit of shot selection, different shot selections. But yeah, I'm not, stressing over it. It was what it was, and hopefully I can get them off in this, and add more strings to my bow, as Joe says.
So this challenge then, like the southpaw, do you have to do more shadow boxing? Because that is like you're literally fighting a southpaw, isn't it, with the shadow on the mirror, when you're in the mirror. How's your training gone for this one?
Yeah, I've been fighting some of the top amateurs, some good pros. It's hard getting sparring as a female in your weight division, and then to go and get good sparring for a southpaw is even a smaller group of people. So we've been lucky that we've managed to get into that and get some good sparring in. But yeah, it's different. It's totally different. But I have had fun, and I have learned a lot just through this camp. So hopefully I'll reflect that in the ring.
But it's showing that versatility of you as a fighter, and that will obviously help you progress through your career. I want your thoughts, because I think we've got to wrap this up as per usual. Your thoughts on the all-female card, and you being a female, obviously, that was coming through, then to see, obviously, an all-female card. The pioneering, the way boxing's moved forward, your thoughts on that?
I think it was a big moment for boxing, following on from Taylor Serrano as well. I think it was just huge, and all them barriers that people are putting up, and it's not entertaining, we don't want to watch it, we don't think it's good enough, all that, we're slowly chipping away and breaking it down. And now there isn't a fight of the year category that doesn't have a women's fight in it. We've sold out Madison Square Garden, we've sold out the O2. Everyone, I think it was, I don't want to say numbers, but I think it was 2.8 million tuned in or something like that tuned in. So, that we're doing everything and more, and pushing past them barriers and breaking them down, like I said, and it's good to see. I think the UFC set out such a good model for females in their sport that, it's not, it's there if we have the right back, and, we're promoted right, and we have the platform to showcase our talents, and the fights and the athletes are there, and we've got all that in abundance. So use it to the best of your ability. And I think just now that's what we're doing. We are seeing a one belt just isn't enough for any female champion. Now they've seen Clarissa, now they've seen Katie, now they've seen McCaskill. Everyone wants them all, and everybody's willing to put theirs on the line to achieve that. And sometimes the sad side is that we don't always see that with the men's game.
So your opponent then, what do you see as her strengths? We're going to move back onto her before you go up there to sit down. What do you see as her strengths that you're looking to attack and take away from her?
She's got a lot, to be fair. She's tall, she's good on her feet, she's got good hands, good combinations. She can come forward, she can counter on the back foot. So I prepare for the best version of every tactic that I think she can pull out. Looking through all her fights, the times that she has come forward, what she done, the times that she has, retreated a little bit and counter punch what she done. And Joe is so meticulous in that we prepare for every best version so that we can respond and act accordingly. So.
One thing I do love about you is your counter punch. I like that. It just shows that aggressive spitefulness in a boxer. But listen, I better let you go. All the best. I'll be there ringside watching on Saturday. Always Team Jonas, October Red Boxing, the beautiful Natasha Jonas.
Nice one, thank you.
Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.